no, jumping right into it. New 5e release is basically not a new release, but it is a new release. It's very strange. They're basically ditching the term edition. So they're getting rid of 5th edition. Everything that is 5th edition is still viable moving forward. But they're just going to start developing everything as like more like a wiki space. So they're just going to keep adding stuff to it and have rule variants and stuff for their virtual tabletop platform, which is what they're trying to develop.
Gotcha. So probably a smart direction.
It's not a terrible direction. It's kind of away from their roots, which I feel like is what bit them in the butt in 4th edition. I feel like they decide something is the correct direction and then just all in. It's like you should try that first before you double down. So we'll see. I mean, to be fair, like I'm a big fan of the books, which like the content is not going away, but the physical book is, and that's a good thing. But like D&D Beyond is the way to play 5th edition. It just is. There's still purists that love the paper, which is fine. You can still have the paper, but they're developing for D&D Beyond because it works and people like it. It's a good idea. I think that's a great means of, allowing the game to get more complex. Sorry, I said that wrong. For the game to get back to being more complex, kind of like with Pathfinder 2nd Edition and old school Pathfinder, having a computer keep track of that stuff makes it way easier. So I get it, and I think it'll be interesting. I'm interested in a tabletop. It's just a matter of if they're going to make it like a freaking subscription fee or not. We'll find out. All right. I'm on YouTube and I'm not. Here. Thing. It is Friday, which once again, Friday streams maybe could be a thing in the future. I mean, it's a thing right now. But we'll see if people want to continue doing that or not. I remember we used to do live streams 5 days a week, and that was a lot of fun. But it got cluttered, and hopefully YouTube will fix its stuff. So we'll see what happens. Is that why? Oh boy. I feel like every time I plug in my Cintiq, it just breaks my computer because it doesn't know which screen is which and it keeps swapping things out. It's a sad day. Get your shit together. Let's see if it actually functions today. We'll see what happens here. Boop, boop. Yeah, looks like we're fine. But we have more suggestions that we didn't get to on Wednesday, so I think we'll keep drawing them. Today, I think I might just do that. I might just do on Sunday I'll post a weekly, with quotation marks, weekly suggestion, like so people can just post there, and then see how many days we get. We'll go from there. Twitch is still very viable, but I don't know. I kind of like both. Maybe we should have been on Twitch today. We could do that. We could do the first part on YouTube, but then the Twitch streamers are going to be like, where the fuck is my thing? And people have to go check out the Twitch stream. Oh, never mind. Options. You ever have one of those days where you just can't get your glasses clean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I'm at today.
I used to have a cleaner that worked really well, and I lost it. It's been really frustrating.
I'm kind of a mooch when it comes to every time I go to the eye doctor. I'm just like, can I have a cleaning thing? And they give me like a microcloth and a spray bottle and say, yes, this is what I wanted. All right.
I stockpile microcloths.
Definitely probably got to buy some more. Mine keep disappearing.
I blame the cats.
Bionic, hello. What's the plan today? We're finishing up some of those viewer suggestions. So we're gonna warm up with a rugby, and then we'll get to getting. I'm tired today. Just like it was so hot last night, I did not sleep at all.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. So today's gonna be pretty chill. Pretty chill, probably pretty short. But who knows? Maybe we'll get super inspired by these amazing suggestions. Let's find out. You need to come over here. I'm gonna click on that. Let's start out with a rugby, right? I think that's the best way to go about it today.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to Mushy Boy.
Mushy Boy's always good. Did people get the sticker packages I sent out yet? I should have checked that. I sent them out like on Wednesday, I think. No, Tuesday maybe? Maybe Tuesday. Oh no. Everything is just... Ugh. Everything feels funny. Let's see what we can do about that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna go with that. That can be over there. Yep, that's totally fine. Get out of my face. Yep, over here. You can also go over here. That looks fine. Okay. Get the Discord up and running. Move that over there. Oh, can I? How do I do this? How do I hide the people in the chat? There we go. That's better. Okay, I can see stuff now. And then, how are you doing today, Bionic, by the way? I should have asked. I'm joined today by Druid, bluest of druids, who is drawing a mushy boy. Whoops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know why I have so much trouble with this. Like, I do the same thing every day, but every day it feels a little different. Yeah, tell me if people pop into the Discord. How's that? There we go. Okay, I got it.
Sounds good. I can do that.
I got it. Can I just put this over here? Have I never thought... Oh, no, I can't do that. Okay. I wish there was a way to make things static. Just like, I want my Discord to never be behind anything else. Ever. I always want Discord on top. If I have to move it, I'll move it.
I'll admit I'm surprised that there isn't that.
There's a way to do that for some applications. Like Photoshop has a way of doing that, so you can like have your references on top of your artwork. But I don't know if there's a way to do it in Windows. Maybe there is, and I just don't know. I did discover there's a shortcut. Thank you, TikTok, by the way. That not the person who actually gave it, just TikTok itself. I'll give them full credit. There's a shortcut to reset your video drivers. So every time my monitors break, I can just bust that out, and it seems to fix the problems.
Cool.
I think it's Windows key Control Shift B, or maybe it's just Windows key Shift B, something like that. Just mash the buttons until everything works again. Seems to be fine. Seems to be fine. That feels like one of those like old school Diablo grifts. Like, you know, you can duplicate an item by by hitting Alt F4. What? Yeah, just drop that sweet Thunder Fury and you get two of them. It's pretty great. Grifters, man. They know what's up. I do believe my suggestion was already drawn on Wednesday. Oh, then I poop on you. No, I don't know. It's just I would say suggest another one, but like that doesn't help us get through the sketches we haven't drawn yet. So yeah, it is. I guess it is kind of poops on you today, because I just know more. But you can still hang out. I'm well, happy you want to hang out, or if you want to draw with us, you're very welcome to draw with us, Bionic. I hope people aren't coming just to see their own thing drawn, but I get that. I totally get that. I had assumed people wanted to stop by and see rugby. One of these days, I'm going to have to buy like a guinea pig and name it Rugby and just turn it into a TikTok account. We'll do a guinea of rugby here. A guinea pig.
And now that you say that, I'm never going to be able to think of rugby without hearing in my head the guinea
Wee,
pig
wee, wee,
chirping
wee,
noise.
wee, 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 wee.
Is that why they're called guinea pigs?
Probably.
I was never clear on that.
I can't draw. I mean, it doesn't matter. Peyton, hello. What's the news on Diablo 2 hack? I'm gonna have to try. That's an old school Diablo 2 hack. You have to, you have to join a public lobby, and then come stand by my character and Alt F4 after dropping all your gear. Oh boy. That's not actually how you dupe it. There were a lot of weird item dupes in that game because they didn't understand how local versus... Like, there was no network saving, right?
Right.
So you could just edit your character and then rejoin a lobby and like, oh, look, I have 1,000 of these now. Blizzard has come a long way since the age of Diablo 1. I think guinea pigs are called guinea pigs because they are like they're like pigs in the way that they are a farm staple, if that makes sense. But I could be wrong. They do look like tiny pigs, so it could be a visual thing. I do like seeing what kind of barbarian fighters get drawn. That's fair. That is fair.
They're all beefy.
Which one was yours, Bionic? Was that the Magma Sorcerer? I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Or was it the Horse Barbarian? Might have been the Horse Barbarian. Bionic's only here for Druid. Nobody cares about chunky little rugby, apparently. No, just... Let's start the pity party early today. Why doesn't nobody love me? Oof, I was watching Philip DeFranco last night. And he was talking about a reverend that was like berating his congregation because they didn't give him enough money to buy a fancy watch. And I was just like, do I sound like that? I don't want to sound like that ever. I'm like, give me more money. I need a new air conditioner. It's like, shit, I do that. Power of Christ compels you.
Different coming from an entertainment perspective than it is coming from a religious, official perspective, in my opinion.
The only blessing I can give you guys is the derpiness of Rugby's eyes.
Hey, that's blessing enough. It's way more tangible and uplifting for me than all of the promised blessings and support of a basically absent God in my life. So,
will Rugby cure your lupus? Probably not. You got the shingles?
But he sure is darn cute.
Just apply them rugbies all over your monkeypox. Ugh, monkeypox. Not cool. Get your shit together, monkeys. Stop biting people and stuff. Rubbing yourself on stuff. I know that's not how any of that works. But did you ever see the movie 12 Monkeys? Bruce Willis?
No.
It's about time travel. It's about time travel and monkeypox. It's great.
Interesting.
It's weird to me that movie exists and then they made Looper. Like, they're basically the same movie. But different. So, yeah. I hate it when movies that I remember from like the 90s and early 2000s start becoming relevant. It's like, no. No, we don't need vampire werewolf things happening. Stop this.
Please no.
You know, now that I think about it, I have not watched 12 Monkeys in like over a decade, so maybe it's not a good movie. But I remember it being good. Ghost in the Shell series was scary, right? It's getting closer. We're getting closer to that Asimov cascade. And by that, I mean the singularity, which is totally different, but it's fine. I like Asimov cascade. It sounds better. This is a good rugby. I'm happy with this rugby. He's very chunk. What kind of noise? I mean, I guess it's an oinking, right? Is that how you spell oink? Weep, 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 weep. Oink, 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 oink. We'll give him a little curly Q. Little pig rugby. Little pig rugby. That's a thing now. I don't have any music today. Let me get some music up for you guys. Have all the Winter Gatan music. AUG bus. That was loud. But the downside to that is that he asked that you don't monetize any of your videos, which I guess I could do. You could do that. But we got sweet music, so. So I'm not worried about it. Dum, da, da, dum, dum, dum. Boom, boom. All right, we got music. We got people hanging out. Leave a comment down below so it makes it look like the YouTube gods give a crap. Go click on a video.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Buy me a watch. Yeah. I need that new thing. God, that was so... It's gross even just thinking about it. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, viewer suggestion. Here we go. Rolling the dice. So the way we do this for the people who are new, if you have a suggestion, you're welcome to drop one in there and we can add it to the list. I'm going to roll a die, which is a D10 today because we have 9 left. And then whichever one of these, which is from the viewer suggested post on the community page, we're just going to draw it. We're going to draw it. An astral elf circle of the stars druid. I like that. That's cool. Delete row. The astral elves, I mean, they're just kind of super pale elves, right? Super pale elves. Wow, it's hard to say. I was watching a small D&D stream, and someone joined and called them nerds. They went, yeah? Kids still think that's an insult? I think that is the weird thing, right? Like, the school grounds don't really evolve much. Middle schools and high schools, I think, do. But, like, elementary schools, the same jokes exist for decades.
Yes.
Like, you'll learn something funny on the playground, and then you'll go home and tell it to your parents, and they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we did that. And it's like, oh. So.
Or the same weird, nonsensical lies and rumors exist forever.
People still draw those in schools today? How's a pencil do? I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, the stizzy, yeah.
Okay, astral elf. Can I draw an elf in a spacesuit? Oh my goodness.
You can.
I don't know if it's
that's
viable.
what you wanna do.
But I'm gonna do it. A druid space elf sounds pretty nonsensical to me. Unless there's like a... Ooh, actually, that's an... Does the Earth Mother guardian all planets? I guess different... She must, actually, now that I think about it. Because, like, you can go to other planes and your magic still works there. The gods are extraplanar, so I guess that makes sense. Doesn't matter where you are in space. You're still in the material plane. There is no place that my sight cannot see you.
I would posit that as long as there is life on a planet, a nature god or goddess probably has some level of influence there.
Yeah.
And you can probably extend their influence there by terraforming.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Bringing life to barren places. That's a good idea. I like that. I don't know if you noticed, because I sent you I made a Dragoon today on Path Builder for Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Yeah, I looked at
it. One of the things, one of the feats you can take is some kind of hunter, scavenger hunter, where you steal the essence of the things you destroy. And it gave me dark vision. So I like the idea that the Dragoon like absorbs the dragon eye sight and has it. I really like that. That feels very Final Fantasy XIV to me. But I like that concept of just like slowly devouring the things you hunt, becoming more like them. That could be a cool astral thing. A little bit of Galactus, a little bit of the Borg. I feel bad for people who think that Spelljammers is newly created for D&D. Yeah. Spelljammers old, man. I miss those dragon boats. The original Spelljammer art was really cool. I don't remember a lot of the old races for Spelljammer. Like the old playable races, I actually don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
I'm pretty sure the Astral Elves are not new. But I don't know if they were the playable elf race or if there was just elves. And they've renamed them now. Bionic, school us on the ways of the Spelljammer. Got the GIF. Angry Space Hippos. You got the dwarf giant hamsters. Dwarf giant space hamsters, I'm sorry. I need to stop drawing faces before I draw poses. That would help my everything a lot.
Yeah, probably.
GIF, GIF, elves, and a lot more. Okay.
What dice am I rolling, by the way?
D8.
Three.
3. A smiling orc fighter. Smiling orc fighter. I don't know if that means they're smiling or if that's like a type, a clan. Could be a clan. Like if you took a team player jock from high school movie and made them a warrior. There you go. So a charming Chad orc. Or what's the... what is it called? I can't remember. What's the insult? It might be Chad. Chad always feels like a douchey college bro. Versus Chase? What's the generic high school kid football player name? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I'm talking out my ass anyways.
I knew a Chase who was...
Jock orc, yeah.
Yeah.
I also knew a Chase who was a football player. Okay, so maybe not a spacesuit, but I'm gonna give them a like a low, like an environmental suit. That's what I'm going for here. I guess I could just do clothes. I'm gonna look up some Astral Elf art. I think that's probably smart. Never hurts to reference. Astral elves. Are they just Vulcans? Oh my goodness. There's a lot of things that Spock just popped up. Oh, I love them so
Of
much.
course, they're just old Vulcans.
I love their helmets. I'm gonna do that. Bri, hello, hello. Oh, pumpkins. Pumpkins for everybody. Thank you for the tip. I am going to do my exercises today. For that. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I'll do some push-ups. Some push-ups. Oh, boy.
Will too, but it will take me a little bit longer to get back.
That's it. Okay. The push-ups have been done. Oh boy, I'm out of shape. I'd like to point out in old movies that Jocks was often the nice character, but more recently become the mean character. What you drawing? Today we are drawing an Astral Elf and a Jock Orc. Yeah, Bionic, I know what you're talking about. Like, it used to be very... I don't know if they were ever the nice characters, because I think it's been culturally accepted that jocks like to haze. I mean, I'm thinking back to like Back to the Future, right? Like, that's not super old, but like Back to the Future. If you go all the way back to, I don't know, like The Absent-Minded Professor, which I still love that movie. Yeah, like being the hometown hero was the main character's thing, right? Like, oh yeah, it's so good job. So good at the football. Cabin in the Woods. Definitely a trope. Definitely doesn't have to be that way. I did not play football. I was a track kid for a little while, but it did not last. I was just there to get out of class, and the coach knew it. Coach knew it.
I was a band weenie.
God, did I hate band.
I also did not like it, but I felt obliged to be there.
Yeah. We were forced to. We had to take band or choir, and I didn't. I wasn't in a choir. But I also wasn't in a band, so I guess it didn't really matter at the end of the day. My friends were in bands, so I did that. I only had to actually march once in marching band. We practiced all the time, but I only ever actually do it once. And I didn't learn the song, so I just played the Imperial theme from Star Wars. This was the only thing I knew, and it was fine. I didn't care. It wasn't for a competition or anything. What are we drawing? We're drawing Astral Elves. Astral Elves.
And a smiley dude bro orc.
And a smiley dude bro orc. Well, that was a great lunch. Have a great day. What? No! Sorry, Bri.
That was the fastest lunch I've ever seen. Aren't you required by law to be allowed at least a 30-minute lunch?
Yeah, that's not really how working works. I worked one place that gave you a dedicated 30-minute lunch. That was when I worked at, what was that, Home Depot? No, it was at Office Depot. I guess I also got a lunch when I worked at the Darigold factory. I did that for one day. And I was at lunch and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this ever again. Fuck this place. 5 people. I was there for a temp job. And like 5 people quit while I was working there. And they offered me a full-time job. And I'm like, I'm not coming back. I left. That was a fucking horrible job. Derrick Gold Packing Plant. What the hell were we talking about? I got very, very off topic.
I can't really remember either.
Seems like it didn't matter enough to remember, so fuck it. All right. Oh, talking about Bri leaving for lunch. We need to do something about that. We need to, like, figure out where Bri works, call it, and be like, I need to talk to a person here. And then let's get him on the phone. Just put him on hold for like an hour so we can take lunch. And if anybody asks, I'll just yell and scream. This is some bullshit. Dum dum rip-a-pum. I was gonna say, why would you ever willingly draw a spacesuit? I love spacesuits. Spacesuits are great. Spacesuits, diving suits. Oh my god, I love them.
Don't discount taste. Truck Lord loves drawing trucks, and I would not.
Did you ever look at any of what's his name? Scott Robinson, I want to say.
Scott Robinson. I'm not sure.
He was like the big YouTube artist before Proco really jumped on the scene.
No, I don't think so.
If I ever found one of the pictures of the trucks he draws, you would know. You've seen it before. I would be pretty sure. But he does a lot of like technical drawing and like it's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, and some people just have a mind for technical drawing.
Yeah.
I am not one of those people.
There you go. I'll post a picture of it in Discord. It's a good book. It's a really good book. It gives you a great mindset for drawing volumes. And yeah, I would highly suggest that book. But it's not full of like character drawing stuff. It's very much for like environmental and other things. Brain no good. Brain no good today. Bad juices. I have drawn. Excuse me. I lost my voice there for a second. I've drawn the right arm with the left hand. I've just discovered, so that's fun. We were talking about jocks and them being good and bad guys. Yeah. No, one of my best friends in high school was a pretty popular jock, and his friends on the football team were assholes. So I see concept truck. Truck Lord knows what's up. Yeah, I really like Scott Robinson's stuff. He's got a cool YouTube channel. Back when I was doing 3D modeling, like that's the best for when you're trying to learn how to 3D model, because it lets you kind of understand the. This is an elf, not a Rakshasa. Exactly. Yeah, I gotta figure this out real quick. I gotta fix this arm.
I also was thinking about Rakshasa.
There we go. The other thing I want to start working on is, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's a longer thought, so finish. You do your thing first. This is your channel. And then I'll chime in when there's nothing else to talk about.
I very much love a good silhouette, so a lot of my characters are constantly like, woo, like splayed out and like reaching or bending. But like a lot of really good poses are internalized, like the hands and arms don't reach out.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're drawing like a really bulky character, like you have the shield and like that's it. Like you don't have to put their arms around. And so I'm trying to get better at being okay with putting like an arm across the character's chest or around the body. Something I'm trying to work on.
My thought was related to Rakshasa specifically because I've been planning character encounters. I spent some time looking through the bestiary, and 2nd edition Pathfinder has a bunch of variants for basically all of the creatures, right? And that means that there are multiple types of Rakshasa now.
Nice. I mean, there should be. Which I'm like not tiger based or just like elemental infusions. What's the difference?
Like not tiger based.
Interesting. Because they're essentially just demons, right? Like.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think Rakshasas were originally based around a Hindu? Is that not? That might not be right. I'm sorry if I'm picking the wrong ethnicity. Culture.
I made the same assumption.
It is.
So, hello, Corvus.
Hindu mythology. Sweet.
How you doing?
Okay, so here's my plan. She's going to be an astral elf, and her hair is going to be vines, because that's how I think a dope druid would be in space. If you ain't got no plants, you got to bring the plants with you. If you can't bring stuff with you, you become them. So spacesuit, but also, I guess you could be a swarm keeper druid. Is there a swarm keeper druid? It's always a ranger, but I feel like it should be a druid. Druid build.
It's very druidy.
Yeah.
But I thought this was supposed to be a stars.
Oh shit, you're right. It's a druid of the stars. I don't know what a druid of the stars does. Not plants?
I mean, any druid can use plants, but it's like they get like aware constellations on them and have star form.
Oh, hot diggity damn. All right.
Yeah, their wild shape allows them to have cool constellation tattoos that light up.
Well, then we're changing some shit right now. I'm still keeping the tendrils. We're going to go inky blackness and have it be like eldritch deep space shit. We're just going to add a whole bunch of tattoos and stuff to the body. Star form sounds pretty dope.
It's what gosh, I can't even remember my character's name. My druid in the Tower of Ashfont campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were a satyr, though.
I am. It's a class.
Yes, but I didn't. I guess. Sorry. When I said that, you described yourself as being a satyr, not having tons of tattoos. So that was my misconception.
It's because the tattoos, like, they.
Let me rephrase.
They're not described as tattoos. It's like when you wild shape, you can choose to be an animal form, or you can take on these signs of the stars and
All right.
constellations light up.
I just assumed you were a furry because you picked satyrs. Not you as a person were a furry, but the character was a furry.
That's a fair assumption. Both assumptions would be fair to make, considering how.
But I wasn't inherently wrong. Yeah.
I draw. I think I'm a furry. Like Dan Avidan is the furry.
I mean, Dan Avidan might be a furry more than he gives himself credit for. Not that it matters.
I think that's mostly just him leaning into it at this point. But
I also I want to just kind of put this out there that, like, I think there is a stigma against that, and really, in my opinion, like, it doesn't matter, and it's none of anybody's business. So, I think it's kind of funny because Dan has, like, leaned into the joke of Dan being a furry, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I had somebody comment on one of my videos about, like, it's kind of mean taking a dig at furries, and I'm like, what? And then I looked up the video, and I mentioned the term, but I didn't say anything bad about it, and I was like, okay, so that's not a good critique for them to make, I hope, but also maybe the inference that I am making is offensive, so I don't know. So let me know. I don't mean to be mean. I don't want to be mean. I don't have any problem with furries. Period.
I personally would not categorize myself as a furry, but I'm not afraid of the label.
Yeah, I've always just used it as a label for animal-based characters because you're a furry person, and I might not be able to do that. Like, maybe I shouldn't do that is a better way to say it. So I don't know, because there is the cultural or the subculture meaning behind it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know how any of it would be defined.
Yeah, I hope I'm not offending anybody. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to be mean to furries. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, by all accounts, they are, as far as I know, in all of my interactions with people who do identify as furries, they are, like, generally speaking, in my experience, the chillest, most, like, accepting people ever. So
I think it just depends on the people.
Yeah.
I've yeah, I've had some interesting encounters with people claiming to be furries and people not claiming to be furries, and they all act different. Someone once told me that Goliaths are a furry race. I mean, see, so that's an interesting thing because, like, there's a very fine line between cosplay and being a furry, right? So, like, so that's two different things in my mind. Goliaths, though, are stone elementals. And then you start breaking down into, like, subgenres, right, of, like, what the scalies, the other term. But I don't know if that has the same connotations as just the general furry term. So, I accidentally one time walked into a hotel near my house because it doesn't matter why we were there. Anyways, I walked into this hotel and there was a pony convention going on. It was PonyCon, and I was just like, oh my God, what have we done? That was a surprising adventure. But yeah, do I don't know if they're bronies anymore. Like, do you count as a brony if you're a lady? But does that count as a furry too if you dress up like a cartoon character that just happens to be a horse? It's so strange.
I I have no idea.
Yeah. If I put on a mask that is vaguely resemblance of a crow, does that make me a furry or just a Sandman wannabe?
It doesn't make you furry.
I think it depends on the context of the mask and your intent on putting it on.
I think
personally.
that's a pretty good way to look at it too. So yeah, I think someone's saying that a Goliath dressing up like a Goliath character. I mean, I guess maybe that's the thing that my image is always kind of distorted by is like Dan being a furry and Dan dressing up like a furry are two very different things in my mind.
Yeah.
So playing any of these characters doesn't mean anything. I think maybe that's it. Maybe you just have to like identify as it, and that's what it should be left as. So I don't know. Bronies can be furries, but not all bronies are furries. Fair. Watch this.
I know a few friends who are furries, and none of them do the fursuit stuff.
Yeah.
They just have a little persona, as they call it.
The one guy that like I knew was just an open furry, like he would just introduce himself like that. Wore a trilby with cat ears on it and a collar, and it was like, you know what, man, you do you, great.
Yeah. Everybody should be able to pursue the aesthetic that they like.
Yep.
It is unfortunate in my mind that trilbies went from like 20s Rat Pack high fashion to incel wear.
Yep.
'Cause I like trilbies. I think that if you've got if you have the right suit, basically, I think that it's a really nice look. Or can be a really nice look.
I think it's a coward's hat. Not like people that wear it are cowards. It's like the choosing a trilby is not committing to wanting to wear a hat. Like it's not enough of a hat. If you're gonna wear a hat, wear a hat. I don't know. Maybe you can make the same argument about beanies though too. I love beanies, and then I have a couple like cowboy hats. Those are the two hats I wear. And
I can't imagine you in a cowboy hat.
Yeah. I guess it's not technically a cowboy hat. It's what do you call it? For a long time, I had an Indiana Jones fedora, yeah, for a long time, and then Adam Savage started wearing them all the time, and people kept being like, "Oh, hey, yeah, sweet, it's like the thing from MythBusters," and I was just like, you know what, I'm just not gonna wear this hat anymore. Which is, I mean, like now thinking about it, it's like, yeah, I should have just been like, sure, great, because both Adam Savage and I wore it because Indiana Jones was awesome.
Yeah.
But I think I gave that hat to my dad, or my dad just took it. He might have just taken it. Doesn't matter. So now I have like a Crocodile Dundee hat. This is the best way I can describe it. I have that, and I have like straw cowboy hats that I wear when I'm gardening and stuff. But most of the time, I wore beanies. I wore beanies and had a mohawk. That was my claim to fame for many, many years of my life. And now my hair is just a fucking hot mess. So I need to cut my hair again.
I think this is the most pleasant face I've drawn in a long time.
It's a pretty happy orc.
I hope the
You should have a puka shell necklace.
yeah, I'm gonna give him a torque instead though.
Ooh, yeah. I have one of those too. I went from beanies to torques. Did I say it?
Yeah.
One of these things. I have many of these hats.
No, a torque is the half circle twisted metal necklace that Vikings
Oh,
would wear.
what is this then? A togue?
Toque?
Toque? Toque. Might be toque. Yeah.
I just know that's like the Peruvian inconvenience.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. A bunch of guys from Peru would come up to the university every year and bring alpaca stuff. And I bought so many of these hats. I love them. They're very hot, so I haven't been able to wear them. But like in northern Idaho, when it would hit like -10, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna wear that hat today. That's gonna be great. And now it's like it's too hot and humid to wear anything knitted. Everything is awful.
Yeah, Bionic also says toque, so that must be it.
I think that's the right term.
Must have been it.
Because I think it's toque is the flappy beanie, and then you got a togue, which is the chef hat, and then targ is the pointy helmet. Targe, like the Roman helmet.
About that.
Maybe something that they're all. I think they're all based on the same phonetic thing. No, I was thinking of like the Roman. Hold on a second. There we go.
The German helmet's called a pickle helmet.
A pickle helmet? No.
Yeah, that's its name. It's a ridiculous name.
That's not what I was
Sounds
thinking at all.
ridiculous.
I love that.
Which I guess
Oh.
just means pig helmet.
So the torque is what you were talking about, like the neck ring, right? Like the
Yeah.
little bracelet. Apparently that was what I was thinking about with like Roman gladiators wore Roman Gale long E or Weasel Martin. That doesn't help at all. I think I was misinterpreting the name of the necklace for the helmet.
Gotcha.
Because they had several
Mm-hmm.
varieties. Because gladiators were like archetypal.
I was thinking of a
Characters.
Gallic H helmet. Gallic helmet. Which is not the term that I thought it was. Gallic and italic. Interesting. Yeah, I misinterpreted the necklace for the helmet. Interesting.
Yes. So italic is Italian, and Gallic is referring to Celtic peoples in Western Europe and France and British Isles.
Interesting.
Sorry,
Yeah, no,
I did a paper on Celtic peoples and
you're good.
Remarkable, and
Let's just
flooding back.
yeah. We're just gonna say, you know what, names are hard, and a lot of things have names that are spelled similarly but pronounced differently, or spelled very differently but pronounced exactly the same.
I don't
And,
think we have to justify it. You can know stuff. There's nothing wrong with knowing stuff.
No.
Why
As
is it?
somebody who stores a ridiculous amount of esoteric knowledge in my head and spits it at people like a shotgun all the time, you do not need to apologize.
Weird. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by looking at helmets.
You're good.
I love this orc. Sorry, Trucklord, I've not been reading the Discord. Let's see what we got here.
I'm glad you like it, Bionic. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
It was jarring walking into a pony con where you weren't expecting it, but the interesting was how horse people and furries are separate in my mind. Don't forget Jamie Hyneman had his beret. Yeah, the beret was great.
Yeah. I mean, Jamie Hyneman had such a, like, what's the word? Established.
Appearance.
yeah, he had a very established look. Like he knew exactly what he wanted to look like. He knew exactly how he was going to present himself, and he did. He did every day.
White shirt, glasses, walrus mustache, black beret.
Yeah, yeah. And like it's an easy look to make fun of, but like it's who he wanted. It's how he wanted to present himself. So I don't think that all of the walrus jokes really galled him all that much.
Yeah.
Nope.
I could be wrong, but you know, I would assume that everybody, Adam Savage included, are on that set were nice enough that if those jokes really bothered Jamie, they would have stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not the best torque I've ever drawn, but you know, it's gonna be good enough.
Okay, constellations. Here we go. Inky blackness into the starry skies. Here we go. I'm going to connect them just because I don't care. I do what I want.
I mean, it's not like we can stop you.
That's not my art. Don't. Quit it.
Stop it.
I think the other jarring part about PonyCon when we went there, for me at least, was I was like, there's a lot of people dressed up like ponies here. That's interesting. And then a lady in like, I want to say whatever's beyond lingerie and like very high boots just comes walking down the stairs carrying 2 speakers. Like she'd either just been to a party, but it was like 10 in the morning. So I was like, that person's either on their way somewhere or just got out of something at 10 a.m. and it was funny because that person then had to walk through PonyCon and I was like, I don't know who this is more awkward for, and it's great and I'm here for it. Like that he even said he looked like a walrus. Being under a truck is bad time to have a leg fall asleep. Oh yeah, I've done that. Like your arm goes numb and you're just like, ugh. The worst one I used to wear like a medal. I was Catholic. I wore metal. And I had like a steel chain necklace for it. And I was under a truck and I rolled over it with the cart that I was laying on. And so it like started choking me, but then since I rolled over this chain, I couldn't get back over the chain, and I was just like, ha! Almost killed myself with like a St. Christopher medal. So that was funny.
Don't wear jewelry in a shop.
No loose-fitting jewelry in a shop, yep.
No rings either. I stopped wearing rings when I was working on a sculpture in high school, and had to move this. It wasn't that big a chunk of rock, but it was big enough, and it totally like when I moved it to its resting place, my ring kind of got caught under it and started squishing, deforming, pinching my finger, and I was like, ooh, okay, never gonna wear a ring again.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about that stuff. Gotta be careful about that stuff.
Yeah.
Shop safety. Oof.
Fortunately, I was fairly strong and was moving the rock myself, so I was able to move my hand out by myself before it became a problem.
I once screwed my hand into a door finish. That was really funny.
No.
I was hanging a door, and so what you do is you put the door up, and then you set it, and then you balance it with the latch.
The shims?
No, I wasn't using shims. I was just I had my foot under it. You block it up, and then you balance it on the hinge, and you screw the hinge in, and then you set the door, the actual door. So I was doing that, and I whip, and the screw went through my glove because it was apparently behind the thing, and so I like screwed the screw all the way in, and my glove just was like caught by some threads, But I didn't notice that until I dropped the drill, and then I was basically just stuck there. And luckily I had one other guy working with me, and I was just like, hey! Hey, I'm stuck! So that was really funny. Jack trick, something to do when it comes to tires. Did you like shim the whole truck up onto cinder blocks? Like, how did you get the pressure off of the tires to get it up there? Without a jack? Or did you use a jack? I'm getting super distracted and not getting this done at all. That's what this is missing. More geometric shapes. Shapes. Any constellation, any 3 stars is a constellation if you try hard enough. That's where I'm going with this. I think I need to call it here. I think this is a good bit. I could keep drawing this forever. And there's no need to.
Is Aggie having a hard time, or is this my internet?
I'm doing all right, and I'm streaming and playing a video game, so I assume it's you.
Yep, I must be having bad upload speed because I keep rubber banding really hard and then loading. So
yeah, that's no good. By the way, people that are hanging out, if you want to come draw with us, you're very welcome to. There is a link on the Discord.
Yeah.
I can make some room. I think I'm going to call that there, though. I think that's good. So, whoop, whoop.
I also can make some room.
Maybe I should... Oh, damn it. This is the problem with these prompts. They're really cool, and I want to draw a ton of stuff out of them. But there's not enough time. There's no time.
Unless we commission.
Yep. Hashtag pay me money. Commissions are open, by the way. I don't know if that's listed anymore, but I got one more for next week, so I have another open slot next week. I need to get more videos out too, though, so if there's no more, I'll just do that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Cinder blocks are safer than a 4-ton jack I have, and I trust them more. That's good. That's good. I was going to make a joke about your art and helmets, but this is YouTube. Fair enough. No peen jokes on YouTube. Can I say peen? Is peen viable? We'll find out, I guess. We'll find out. Okay, let's go back and roll some more dice.
Yeah. I was going to protest, but it's been a while since I've made a particularly dirty joke on your channel.
Fair enough. Alright, YouTube is taking a poop. It says that the stream is awful right now. It says there are 4 people watching and 3 people watching. I don't know what any of that means. We'll find out.
I see 6 people watching.
Yeah, see, I have no idea what's going on then. An Egyptian Knoll barbarian with a Kopesh. I can do that. So many Knolls. A regular Knoll with a Kopesh. So that's pretty standard fare. I think I've gotten like 2 or 3 commissions for that, to be totally honest. Somewhere around here. Knolls with Kopeshes, yeah. I'm not sure why they...
You complain about Kopesh's having been really overused.
Oh man, when I started doing YouTube commissions, like commissions around and YouTube stuff, I guess. Man, it was nonstop for maybe a month or 2. Everybody wanted a Kopesh, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, I could see maybe if there was a new character or like a critical role, something. But yeah, it was just Kopesh, Kopesh, Kopesh. Maybe it was something to do with being added to 5th edition or something that I wasn't aware of. But oof,
Maybe.
It was everywhere.
I just know Knolls in Pathfinder 2nd edition can get proficiency with Kopeshes.
Well, maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe it's just an inherent null thing.
It could have been. It could have been. Yeah, second edition was coming out around the time when I started, so that would make sense.
We know how much the internet loves horny nulls.
Yep. I made him a polar bear. That's not right. Starting over. Hold on. Ba, 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 ba. Bork. You think I'd be... I mean, I want to say... I'm not on the front page anymore. No! Too many nulls have been added. There's a lot of really good nulls. Ooh, that one's super cool.
Okay, I am still coloring.
That is just a dog with big old titties. That does not a null make. That's a good one. I like that one. We'll draw that one.
There's always going to be some of that. That's just an animal with breasts. It is the internet after all.
That's fair.
I have had Bo Burnham's "Welcome to the Internet" stuck in my head for.
You should check out.
We can have
You should check out K Flay's "I'm Afraid of the Internet." That's how I got rid of it.
Sounds good.
Because the
I tried
Wilk.
to replace it with White Woman's Instagram, but that didn't work.
No, that you can't replace it with other Bo Burnham songs because they all eventually bleed into each other. Because "Welcome to the Internet" is just like topical, right? It's like, oh yeah, nope, that's
Yeah.
true. And then I feel like "I'm Afraid of the Internet" is how I feel about the internet, and it's like, yes, this is closure. This is the closure I needed.
Gotcha. Okay. I will look it up and see if it helps. 'Cause as much as I love the song, it's pretty bitter, dark humor.
Playing Guild Wars 2 right now, and I need to get my fashion set up. And I could use a Kopesh. Kopeshes aren't bad.
I mean, as far as Bronze Age swords go, they're designed really well for the material.
When I worked at the restaurant, someone once asked me, like, what's your favorite thing to cook? And I'm like, that's a trick. Like, my favorite thing to cook is the thing that people don't order. So I don't hate Kopeshes. I did them a lot, and so it's like, okay, cool, I'll do another one. So don't get me wrong. If you guys want a Kopesh for your character, totally fine. Absolutely nothing wrong. I'm just going to complain about it. So that's what I do. Me complaining and me actually doing are two different things.
Yeah.
Mouse in Mouse Dart art style, me has Danger Mouse song stuck in my head. Space Guard Mouse, okay. Helbin, how are you doing today? Dr. Random, by the way, hello. Been super busy at work. I haven't been able to watch everything I'm doing. I'm doing well. What are people up to today? I don't know why I missed all of these chats. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're doing all right. Dr. Random, did you get something suggested on the viewer suggestion this week? It's essentially what we're doing. So if you need to suggest something, feel free. And I guess for everybody in the chat, if you didn't get something suggested for this week's draw on Wednesday, feel free to add it now, and I'll throw it on the list. You know, I never actually played Mouse Guard. I had a few friends that wanted to, and it never happened. But that being said, I would totally allow someone to just be a mouse in
D&D. Like, I have no problems with that, so I don't know if it needs to be. I read a lot of the Redwall books. I like those.
I did as well. I don't think they work so well when you're not in elementary or middle school.
Yeah. Why am I... What's that? Oh, I know why. Like, why am I coughing so much today? It's because I have all the windows open. It was so hot last night, and now it's finally raining, and I just opened all the windows up. Well, I didn't, but the windows are open, and I'm leaving them open. And, I got the sneezies now.
Allergies. Lovely allergies.
What is this? Tree jizz? Stop everything! We're breathing weird shit in. We'd better stop breathing. We found something that might be dangerous. It turns out it's not dangerous. Attack everyone else! That's really what it is my body just overreacting to nothing.
Yep. Aren't allergies great?
What doesn't kill you incites an immune reaction. Pop, pop, pop. The weapon that a mouse would use in D&D would be diminutive weapon, right? So 1d4, or is it just 1 damage? Diminutive weapon would be 1 damage minimum, yeah. They removed that from D&D 5e, but with Pathfinders, the rules would essentially allow you to apply strength damage to it. But because you're diminutive, you have a -8 to your strength modifier. So... It's still totally possible, but, I mean, even if you have 18 strength, you're still, when you become a diminutive creature, no bonus. So, afterwards, after the like, figuring that out, you know, you're still good.
Yeah, we had to deal with that a little bit with Keith Me and her bow.
Yeah.
When Ace was playing with us.
I mean, mind you, as a diminutive creature, you get like a +4 to your dexterity, so that's nice. And you hit all the time with your bow. It just does 1 damage.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. It's kind of hard to miss something when you're fighting something the size of a barn. 18 stir buff mouse would be terrifying. That's true. Oh, that looks like a gnoll, like a gnoll's from hell. That looks like a gnoll from... I'm trying to make him a scary gnoll. I hope that wasn't against the prompt, but I think it said Egyptian, so I probably need to get some sweet I guess it's armor. I don't know what you would call it. Regalia?
Regalia works. Headdress?
I'm not doing a headdress, just I don't know what it's called. That's what my problem is. Like the Egyptian just armor. But I guess it's more like a subligar? Subligar, I guess, includes the waist, and it has a belt over it, so it's probably not a subligar. Subligar and shoot. What do you call chest straps of leather? There's a term for it. There's a term for it.
Furnace?
Jerkin. It's a jerkin.
Dang it, I'm sad you found it so fast. I was going to say BDSM wear.
I mean, yeah, BDSM wear is definitely a leather jerkin. But I don't know. I don't know if the Egyptian leather harness also works, I guess. Counts as a jerkin or not, or if it has to be made out of a specific hide.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
I think the shoulders should be up higher. We're gonna curve this boy a little more. I might actually just give him like, yeah. I think I made this a little too floof. This looks more like a were creature than a gnoll. What am I doing wrong? Gnoll faces are strange. Harness jerkin depends on what it is. Okay, well, what's the difference? That was the question. What is the difference? Hyena faces are flat on top. Is that really my jam I gotta go for? That looks like a lion. Yeah, I think hyena faces are a little more squat. So I'm gonna remove this. Yep, that helps. That definitely helps. And then we'll do that. Head shapes, people, do you know them? Board. For people hanging out, if any of you have been to the Twitch stream versus the YouTube streams, do you have a preference, or is there something you like over on Twitch or something here on YouTube that the other doesn't offer? I would love to know that either here in the chat or in the comments. Actually, the comments would be great, because then YouTube can be like, oh, people are saying they don't like this thing. I can just point. I really want a hamburger today. I don't know if I should have a hamburger, but I want one. One of my friends came and visited from California, and we went to McDonald's, and he's like, I'd like an Impossible Burger, please. And the woman on the behind the counter was like, oh, what? And he's like, an Impossible Burger. I order them all the time, and I looked at him, I'm like, we are not in California. They don't know what that is. And she had to ask her manager, and they're like, yeah, we don't have that yet. I was like, all right, there you go. But maybe I should start looking into that. Maybe that's how I used to eat black bean burgers all the time. Those were really good. Skip Cat Pets. Oh, yeah, Skip Cat Pets. I could pet Skip Cat. He's over there. Even though you're not paying for it, I can do it. The channel points are fun. I don't know if there's a channel point system for YouTube. I know. Hello, Skip. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Allergies are just a result of a lack of worms in our guts. Don't have enough parasites on part of our immune system that was specifically designed to react to hemolytics, I think. Hemolytic worms. I'm spending 24 hours trying to find something that looks like a worm to be useful. Apparently, pollen nuts and peanuts look like worms. Neat. Time to paint. That what I don't have to worry about the rust. Yeah. Get that rust coating. I need to do that on my truck. My truck is very old, and I haven't done it in 15 years. I should probably get on that. I need to sit down. I have not been driving my truck because I work at home now. And it's the same truck I've had for, well, ever. It's the only truck I've ever really owned. Yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I haven't driven it for a long time, and I was like, I should just tune this thing up and be okay with it as just it's sitting here. I should do that. As kind of like a thank you for your service, but we're gotta retire you. I was given this truck when my grandpa passed, and I wasn't old enough to drive, so it was sad. That is a nice looking truck. I feel YouTube has a younger crowd. Impossible Burger can be gotten at Burger King, though, right? You can. The closest Burger King is, I think it's like a 20 to 30 minute drive from my house. Which, if I want a burger, I'm not driving 30 minutes for it. Vehicle seals up dry. Vehicle seals will dry out. Left alone for too long. But yeah, I definitely have to check on that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'm ready for my next one. What am I rolling?
D6. We're actually getting down there. We're getting down there.
Yeah. I'm moving at a good clip today, which feels nice.
That's good. Glooming Gambler. Gloaming Gambler? With an obvious dice addiction. Is that I don't know what that is. I probably should have.
Me neither.
I probably should have vetted that before I wrote it down.
Gloaming, Forgotten Realms. Humanoids, typically with pale skin and dark.
Oh,
furry
Gloomling.
wings.
Okay. I've never read that word that way. Interesting. Oh no, I was thinking of the do they have wings? Oh, that's awesome. I was thinking of the stalkers, the gloom stalkers.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the one. Yeah. That's Pathfinder specifically, right?
Yeah.
The Kalini player race.
The Kalini is the Pathfinder version, I think.
Yeah, Boom Stalkers and Dark Stalkers.
Gloomstalker is a race subclass now. Elves native to the Shadowfell. Shatterkai is the closest I think D&D will get to. That's not the same, is what I was thinking. So yeah, so I guess a gloomy is the way to do it. Gloaming. Humanoids typically pale skin, dark, furry wings, which they were able to fly. They are lithe but not very strong. Cat-like eyes. Blah 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 blah. Number 4E. Half-sized, plain-touched beings. Oh, this is a homebrew race. Get out of here. Get. Plain-touched beings from the toil plane of shadow. Okay, so the Shadow Kai is a good thing for them, but for some reason these have wings. Gloamlings. Cool. It's a new race. I like it. Am I taking up too much space? Do I need to scoot? I can probably
No,
shrink.
you're probably good. I assume you'll probably be done with the null by the time I need to do the wings, but
Okay.
when I get to that point, I will probably need more canvas.
That is something like drawing wings on a character. I need to get more comfortable with putting the wings off screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because and that's something I struggled with when I made the Aarakocra video.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The amount of fidelity you lose because you have to have like the difference between this and this. It's like I don't know if the wings are that important versus having them. Kind of deciding what to draw and what to put the detail into. So I've been kind of not caring about wings unless they have a unique silhouette or something on them. It's an interesting thing to worry about. I can't remember. Was this supposed to be a barbarian? What am I drawing? I erased it already.
Oh, that's a you problem.
That is a big problem. It's a barbarian. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna go real light here. Probably gonna do some wraps. Some soft linen here, and then do. Sycopish. Oh, it's Friday, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm gonna play so many video games this week. People are getting into Final Fantasy again, which makes me happy.
Yeah, I can always tell you keep trying to get me to play.
Dude, you should play. It's fun. It's such a slow game. Is the kind of the downside to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends that I've tried to get to play just want to rush to the end. And it's like, man, no, don't do that. Like, but you're just standing around, and it's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I want you to enjoy the game. It's essentially a single player RPG that I can in game walk around with you, which is fine. Rook, you should do Guild Wars. You know, I've played Guild Wars 2 when it came out. I've not played any of the subsequent expansions, so maybe. Plus, ArenaNet can suck a donkey dong for not hiring me several times that I've applied. So who knows? I bet the people that didn't hire me don't even work there anymore, so it's probably time. Probably time to let that go. I can let that go. And in their defense, they did tell me that they weren't going to hire me, which is more than I can say for people like Bungie. I applied to like 5 different positions at Bungie and got 1 letter back, and it didn't tell me which one of the positions I applied for it was, because they didn't respond for like 6 to 8 months after I submitted them. So I submitted a few more every couple of months whenever any job postings popped up. It's just like, not cool, Bungie. Not cool.
Really not cool.
One of my friends got a job there, worked there for like 6 months, and apparently that's kind of the thing. So, not a bad place to work. But a lot of people just kind of check a box to work at Bungie and then leave, which is interesting to me. I guess that makes sense. Supposedly, I think I just got a package. I need to go check that. Supposedly, words make sentence. Sentence is important. Sentences convey meaning. Destiny 2 apparently is good again. I guess is the way to say it. It doesn't sound like they changed the inherent stuff, but there's a lot of cool stuff to do. So I might pick that up too sometime. Yeah, Druid, if you wanted to play, I would definitely play with you and help you out. It's a good story. The first part is slow as balls, though. And I'm okay with that.
I am neck deep in modded Minecraft at the moment, so that's where all of my video game time is currently going. But I probably will not take you up on that offer this time.
If you get Guild Wars, I'll help you. Man, I don't even remember. I remember my issue. I don't have it. My issues with Guild Wars was the same issues I had when I started playing 14 back in the day, and that was that it wasn't giving me the World of Warcraft experience I wanted, so I just went back to World of Warcraft. And now that I'm playing both again, I think my tiny monkey brain is kind of compartmentalizing them separately, so I could probably try Guild Wars again. I'm getting different things out of the games than I used to, so I don't know if I would have the same issue I did the first time I played Guild Wars. I just want to play games with people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Part of the reason I haven't taken you up on the Final Fantasy gameplay together offer yet is video game time is me time. It's
Sure.
alone time.
Yeah, video game time for me is a lot of how I hang out with people.
I've never had friends that want to play the same games I do. So
Guild gives you a free max level boost for a character when you buy the expansion pack. It really does give you a free QOL everything? On level? I'm a big fan of low level character play. Which I think that was one of the things I was angry about with Guild Wars 2 when it came out, is like you didn't get any new moves for a very long time. And then when you did, it wasn't super great. And like World of Warcraft now is the same way, and Final Fantasy is the same way. It very much, they've truncated early game because they want people to get into the end game as fast as possible, because that's where they make their money.
right.
So the nostalgic time of my, playing WoW Classic is kind of gone. And I did play WoW Classic with my friends a while back. That was okay, but I don't need to do that anymore. It's like, yeah, the nostalgia's not really there. Or the nostalgia is there, but like, this was inherently bad. There's a reason they changed it. So yeah, I don't know. WoW is stealing from Guild Wars now. Oh. WoW is stealing from everybody. Partially because they were the leader for a long time, and then instead of innovating, they took stuff from the modding community, which I don't think was all like nefarious. I think a lot of the modders actually got jobs at Blizzard. Not all of them, but like there's a good handle of that. And then them listening to the community was great, and in a lot of ways, they now are trying to find other things that the community doesn't want because they have a very homogenized community. And then they now either have to do exactly what the community wants or find new things to do. And I think like they're changing up a lot of their dungeons now. Do feel more like, I think, Guild Wars and Final Fantasy-esque, which is good because like Final Fantasy's dungeon boss fights have always felt really good, but they're kind of out of world or out of dungeon combat is not the best, and WoW excels at that. Like WoW's quests are very engaging and very action packed, and then the dungeons are a little easy once you kind of get good at it because you're just so used to fighting things in the overworld. So there's different feels, and I'm finally at a point in my life where I'm like, what do I want to play today? I can choose one of these instead of having to like invest all of my time into one thing, because that's what everybody I know is playing, which is nice. because that's how I played games for a long time. It was just like, what are we playing this month? Are we playing League of Legends? Let's do that for a year and a half. All right. Until everyone was just so sick of it and mad at it that we just stopped playing it altogether. It's like, I want to be able to enjoy a game and not burn it to the ground, you know? Which, I mean, I guess that's also like my Minecraft, same thing. We played Minecraft forever, and then just like, now I don't have that nostalgic feel for it anymore. It's just like, I've done all of these things. Not inherently bad, just done with it. I could play Minecraft again someday, I think.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of new stuff recently, and I have been curious as to like get your opinion on it.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, so I can't argue with it.
Yeah, which is exactly why we haven't talked about it, because I know you have no perspective yet or anymore, basically. So. They basically just added a huge patch that generates huge underground cities that are super scary and full of a super boss, since all the other bosses are.
But have they
kind of really
have they
easy.
changed the combat system yet?
No,
that's
but
the
they have
problem.
talked about it.
See.
There are plans to change the combat system, so weapons won't have cooldowns anymore. No idea if it's ever actually going to be implemented, but they have talked about it.
Minecraft is another one of those like sandbox type games that I think would honestly benefit from a second, like Minecraft 2, instead of just constant iteration. Which I totally get why they can't do that, but
Yeah.
like the Minecraft, I almost picked up Minecraft Adventures, which is essentially just a dungeon crawler with a Minecraft skin. But like, I think that kind of stuff would be really cool, because like there's three different things in Minecraft that exist. There is the building, the survival aspect, and the combat. And while the building is simplistic enough that it is facilitated in the survival, the combat is inherently necessary for the survival mode, and therefore the combat and the building are inherently just separate concepts and don't mesh at all. So if you're not into one of those things, it breaks apart the system. If you're not into the combat aspect, the game functions really well by itself, and you can go in creative mode, and it's amazing. If you're not into the crafting or the building portion of it, the combat system is not robust enough to keep your attention for long. And so like the new adding a lot of things to explore, that's great. But like if you dropped someone in who's in it for a combat experience, they're still not going to get to the point where they're able to adventure out, because you have to do the crafting. Like it's built behind the crafting before you can actually go adventure without getting murdered. So that's kind of the weird thing, is like it really behooves you to have played Minecraft for a long time. Or if you're starting out, you really just ignore different aspects of the game until you can kind of do that. And so there's a big time sink into learning it. It's interesting.
I think that Minecraft also still needs a good system for tutorializing, because new players still have a terrible time figuring out how to do anything. And you're right. Like, you're absolutely right in that Minecraft right now is really built for people who have played it for forever. Because it's really built around the metagame and around exploiting things.
Because I mean, like even you said, you're balls deep in sorry, that's a bad term. In modded Minecraft, though, right? Like the game is kind of done. until you start editing it and playing it the way you want, which is, that's how I've been playing WoW forever. It's like, this 3-mana dungeon. like that's not what's supposed to happen. It's like, I don't care. Like, a game can be good.
Anyway.
Yeah. A game can be good, and a game can be, like, you can be done with the game, and it's fine. So, yeah, I really hope that Minecraft, yeah, I feel like they've added a bunch of content, but not really fundamentally added something to the game that's like, oh shit, I want to try that out.
Yeah, I think that is a fair criticism. Right now, the thing that they really need the most is they need to expand the inventory system. It is pretty untenable, because like it really is built around building, but over the last, say, 5 or 6 years, they've added roughly 500% more blocks, and the inventory has not changed in the amount that you can carry. So it gets really painful when you're trying to build something really big. It becomes unnecessarily cumbersome really fast.
Scarcity.
So that is the number one criticism I hear from longtime players currently. So I also hear a similar critique for the combat system.
Oh boy, I missed something here. I get impatient with Final Fantasy. Oh wait, there's a whole bunch of stuff I missed. Sorry guys, I accidentally closed the Discord chat. Ardlings? The new D&D thing? Quickly googled. I got impatient with Final Fantasy occasionally and went back to WoW, and WoW did. I had a rose-colored nostalgia glasses, but before I came back I was like, the same as 14 compared with so much more jank. Yeah, like they're very similar because they're MMOs, but they come at it from different angles. 14 hasn't been that predictable, though maybe it's because I forget that they tricked me because it's slower. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think the WoW writing is just hot garbage. Like, there's just nothing to say for that. It just is. It has been for a long time. It's very predictable and just not great. 14's storytelling is great, but I should say their story is good, but their storytelling is very slow. And so if you're not in for a interactive movie, you're not going to enjoy it. That's been a lot of the problems with my friends that like I played WoW with. It's like, yeah, let's play 14 because the Asmongold's like 14's the best thing ever, and they're like, oh my god, I need to get into this new game that's called Final Fantasy 14, and it's like, that game has been out for 10 years. Like, sure, let's play it. Like, I like it. Let's play it. And then they get into it and they're like, oh my god, it's so slow. It's like, yeah, this is an RPG, man. Like, I don't know what you thought. You wanted max in-game rating. It's just different. Which their raids are pretty cool, but they're very, very... Like, WoW has a very dynamic system built for exploring dungeons, and... I mean, it's linear, don't get me wrong. It's a linear dungeon, but they have a lot of them in a lot of unique ways. And kind of getting to the bosses is the hard part. But with Final Fantasy, it's just like, here's a boss fight, and it's on a square plane. Here's a circle boss fight, and you're like, these are all the same. And then they have, like, really interesting kind of movement dynamics. So they have different styles of combat. WoW is very much based around reactionary casting, reactionary button pushing, and Final Fantasy is very much about reactionary movement and placement. So it feels a lot more like a choreographed dance, whereas WoW feels a lot like kind of like a rhythm game, where you're just like trying to hit those beats. Yeah, very different. They're very different play styles.
That's an important question, Bionic. I don't know.
Do I get a Shiba Inu mount skin, or do I get a plant dragonfish mount? I mean, how many people have the Shiba, right? Do you own Dogecoin? That's the real question. How much of a crypto bro are you? I would probably go for the dragon one, just for the to save face.
Novelty?
Yeah, the novelty. Plant dragon sounds cool. Shiba sounds like a meme.
I mean, Shiba is a meme, but Shibas are also adorable, so...
True. Yeah, I think I'd have to, like last time we started playing Minecraft together, it was trying to do it with the Discord, which I think was a novel idea. There's been quite a few different like Discords and things I've known that's how they do stuff, but I wanted to introduce jump rope to the game, and we jumped in, and it was basically end game, and it's just like, well, nah, that sucked. So that didn't work the way I had intended.
We did not get even close to end game.
No, but we didn't get the chance to explore and get that nostalgia, like figuring things out moment. And so it's just like jumping into a huge public server is not the way to play Minecraft for the first time.
Yeah, that is true.
And so I don't know. And that's kind of the inherent like folly of those games is there is no like playing from level 1, right? It's like as soon as you go in there, you bring all the knowledge previously you've had. There's no locks on the information, which is interesting because there's not a lot of games like that. Ark Survival does it the other way around, where like you start level 1, you have to find all the recipes, and I hate that. Like it's just like it's such a pain in the ass. So I don't enjoy Ark at all, for many reasons. But I would much rather play Minecraft over Ark. Satisfactory is another interesting kind of concept. No real combat, all building. And they did a pretty good job of that. There's apparently a mod out for that, or a game that is using their assets anyways, that is supposed to be very heavy combat based. So that might be kind of cool. Because it's an interesting system for building.
Yeah, it is.
Someone was making a huge Minecraft mod to make it an adventure game, and I don't remember who that was. It might have been... Was it the Game Grumps, or was it...
It was Ross.
Ross, that's right. How's that project going, I wonder? I need to look that up.
It's been a while since they've updated anything on it. I think it was going pretty well. They did a game test. I think it's entirely possible that it's up and running, and it's just like the server is just going for his Patreons or something. I don't know.
Our Minecraft server had a bee house before I finished a dungeon dive. Yeah. No shade to anyone for knowing what they were doing. Yep. Nope, that's exactly what...
That is definitely part of the problem, because like when I play Minecraft, I was probably the biggest reason, I think, why introducing or jump rope to Minecraft on the Discord was not a good idea, and that was just because like for me, Minecraft is all about the building. It's all about the creative aspect of it. So I want to be able to get to a place where I can have all of the resources and build whatever the fuck I want as fast as possible. So I'm like, okay, we need to get all of these resources, and we need to
did you ever play...
start building these farms.
So I remember back in the day when I started playing Minecraft, like this is way back before anything existed, building a mob farm that was a thing that someone on the internet was like, did you guys realize you could do this if you built locations that were dark, monsters would spawn, and you can somehow funnel them into furnaces? And it's like, holy shit, that's a great idea, we're gonna try that. And that was our big accomplishment, and now that's just like standard practice, you know.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you gotta build your mob farms, you suck at the game. And it's like, okay, alright.
The meta game for Minecraft is fucking crazy right now.
Yeah. And really, I mean, what a lot of it is like, if you guys are gonna do this, there's the practical implementation of doing it, right? Like, check out this thing that I discovered you can do in survival mode. It's like, that's great. But then when that becomes the normality, it's like, just go to creative mode. Like, there's no reason not to be in creative mode for what you guys are doing right now. So it's a weird flex, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like there's academic. That's the word I was looking for. There's like the academic reasons to do things, and then there's just the flexing. And it's like, man.
this mob farm I created only spawns skeletons because that's how smart I am, and it produces 20 million bones an hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, just be in creative mode. Like, what's your point? I miss some of the old. I used to watch like music. I loved the Minecraft music community. The people that like built huge instruments and songs with it. And now it's just
Yeah.
like a TikTok trend, and it's like, okay. The fucking worst one on TikTok is people will just steal very popular videos and then put it over the top. Or like they'll duet it with their gameplay of things. It's not Minecraft. Well, it's usually like Grand Theft Auto or something, but it's just like you're just stealing this content. Like this is predatory. Like you're not commenting on it, you're not doing anything, you're just stealing this. And that's the only time I see those kind of videos anymore, because someone will like be on a minecart just going down a tunnel and then like, look, a Saturday Night Live clip. It's like, this is bad. This is bad content. But you get tricked by it. Because you're like, oh, what's this Saturday Night Live clip? That's funny. And they're like, wait, why is there some kid playing Minecraft right now on this TikTok? Get the fuck out of here. All right, I think I'm about done with that. I think people are winding down. People aren't throwing Rolexes at me, so yep. God damn. One of these days.
Come on, chat. Why aren't you spending enough money on Rook to buy him a fancy watch?
I need a new jet so I can do better art from the jet. It's so stupid. That being said, commissions are open. I like working for people. So if you do actually want me to do legitimate work, which this is legitimate, but like asking for a jet is not legitimate work. If you do want me to do legitimate work, let me know in the Discord. There's a link down below. You can message me about commissions. I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 a week for a little while. Just push myself. See how many we can get going. I have a few spots open for next week. I think I have 1 left for next week because I want to get that video out as well. So we'll do that. We'll do another free draw on Wednesday. I will put up a post probably next week for that. If you've got a sweet suggestion, make sure to follow it for that. Otherwise, that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for hanging out this week. Thanks for subscribing. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
The internet started taking a poop there.